All right, folks, back on the Bossman Show, Boston Bone, Boston Report Part 2. Bone, you already said last segment. Nothing else can top what you've heard from that previous story about the Stone Cold Stunners. But do you want to try and see what can even come near it and be number 2 tonight?
Oh, we can always try, but let me guess. There's probably some kind of dismemberment, cutting off junk, sewing alligators, or meth.
All of the above is coming. Trust me, in the next segment here. I can guarantee
All right. I figured that.
Folks, been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. All right, Bone. First story is this. Florida man arrested the driver in stolen car full of mail, trailers, crickets, and cicadas into an old woman's home, and then he proceeds to knock her out with her walker, take her check, and try to run away. He's apprehended at Burger King, and he's trying to order him a Whopper Junior with cheese.
When he beat an old lady and then move into a Burger King to order a Whopper.
Yeah.
With checks? With stolen checks?
Yes.
So wait, if you're using a check, I know that you get into an ID. So how is he going to morph himself into a little old lady?
Yeah, and why are you riding around with mail or trailer, cicadas, and crickets in your truck?
The cicadas and crickets, that's a little weird. That's a little strange. Well, not a little, that's a lot strange. That's a lot strange.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that's weird. He needs to be in jail.
Yeah.
And get this, we have fatter paychecks. Amazon senior vice president talks of hiking minimum wages to $50 an hour for all employees of Amazon.
Yeah, my wife loves it from Bernie, and she was telling me how like Bernie was like ahead of that charge to get Bezos to come up with some money. Because I have friends that work in Amazon warehouses, and that is like the most grueling occupation you can do for almost nothing. So I can't imagine how those workers felt prior to the raise, the hike increase, because that's a brutal gig to work at an Amazon warehouse, for real.
Yeah, and you can't sit down. You're up the whole time.
Yeah, my friends, they actually did 12-hour shifts, and you're not sitting down the entire time. 12 hours, and maybe you get an hour break, but for the most part, you're up on your feet for 11 hours. That is insane.
Got that right. We got this. Florida woman arrested after cutting man's face and attempting to cut off his junk, but she missed after he refuses to have sex with her outside on the porch.
Wow. Let me just say, difference between male and female, how fugly was this woman that a man turned down basically free sex?
She was very unattractive, Bone.
Yeah, because not many men are turning down a free roll in the hay. Now, women are different because women have more standards. It's more about romance and all that stuff and feeling. But most men aren't turning that down. So I just want to know how ugly, how unappealing is this poor woman? Very.
She couldn't even hug me. She couldn't even touch me with a handshake or a dap. Okay?
Wow. And I cut his face. I'm just glad that she missed the junk part and went for her face. So that's progress.
He said that she's tried, but he threw her into the ground to avoid that.
Yeah, I'll blame him.
I would have too. We got this. Call Offset. Cardi B's been charged with reckless endangerment and assault over alleged strip club catfight up in the city, NYC.
Yeah. My God. Isn't she a mom now?
She is.
Shouldn't she worry about being a role model to her little one? Like, come on, man. I know you gotta put this persona and put this whole act, the tough New York act. But come on, man. I think once you become a parent, well, any walk of life you do, you just gotta be a better person, man.
It's Cardi B need to cheat.
Yeah, call her drama out. Cut that drama out, man.
Yes. Political argument on Facebook ends with a Florida man gets shot in the buttocks over his support of Andrew Gillum to be the governor of Florida.
So he got shot like Denzel on Training Day. He shot me in the
Yep, all for supporting the black man trying to be governor of Florida.
Florida, you are taking the cake in all things not sound. Good for you. Good on you guys. Good Lord.
Terrible, ain't it? Oh, man. We got trifling 12. Innocent man awarded $7,000 after police stripped him naked and pepper sprayed him in front of his kids.
Man. Can I ask what ilk is this man? Of what race is this man?
African American.
Of course. Oh. I mean, and only got $7,000 for the pain and suffering that is going to cause not just him physically, but his child emotionally. That kid is going to need some kind of help and therapy. No joke. I mean, that's disgusting. It's abhorrent, and the fact that he only got $7,000 for that.
Terrible, ain't it?
He needs a better lawyer. He needs to help get that bar raised up, because just the amount of money he's going to spend alone on the child welfare, on the child well-being is bad.
Yeah, they're right. And we got this. Florida man disguising himself as an exterminator from Oregon to steal jewelry from a couple's home.
To steal jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
He's in a covert operation?
Exactly. He had to be, man, like, for real.
And there's old folks. That's usually what happens, right? They target old folks because old folks don't really know much better. They're trusting. They're lonely. Yeah, that's a bad look. That's awful. I mean, to pick on elderly or children is just ridiculous, man.
Got there right. We got this. Kyrie Irving finally comes around, which is he kept his kooky conspiracy theories about the Earth being flat to himself.
Yeah, Kyrie is a different cat. I've known of him. Yeah, we have common friends in the area. He is from the area, so I've seen him around the area before. He's going to be a Knick next year, no doubt. So when he gets here, I must get back on that beat just to be around Kyrie every day. Just to soak up the insanity that's Kyrie's time.
Exactly. We got this. Florida man arrested trying to flee in a pickup, but the pickup hooked to the repo man's tow truck.
I love the fact that pickup truck finally made its way into our discussion, because it wouldn't be Florida without a pickup truck story. That's great, though. That's great because it's kind of like a tug of war type thing, you know. Pickup truck and roof him. I wish I could saw that.
Man, we got this. Southwest Airlines Trump supporting passenger gets kicked off after calling flight attendant an ugly, big booty N-word.
Wow. It's probably just an insecurity talk because he realized he didn't have the right equipment to handle that big booty. So, so that was just insecurity with you know, I think from within.
Exactly. Man, oh man. We got a Florida man arrested after commuting on a scooter on I-95 in his undies while smoking some tree in the wind.
Of course. He's in his drawers, got fully naked, sitting in his drawers on a scooter on the highway, smoked up. Yeah, that sounds like a Tuesday, right?
Yeah, that's a Florida Tuesday. Typical day in Florida. Nothing to see here.
Good Lord, man.
Jesus. My home state fills me every week.
That is your state. That is your state, yes.
Man, oh man, we got this. NFL zaddy Emmanuel Sanders of the Broncos has women wanting him to take a knee in their colossal cakes on non-game days.
On game days?
On non-game days.
Non-game days. Man, I tell you what, I'm a Broncos fan, so you know that. But Manny, man, Manny's that dude, though. But I don't know about that.
Exactly, man. Oh man. Naked Florida man arrested after chasing the people and cops around Chick-fil-A parking lot telling them, quote, they're gay for looking at his penis.
Anyway, did we have a similar story last week about guy kicking people around in Chick-fil-A parking lot? I mean, Chick-fil-A,
yes, we did.
Just go inside and enjoy the delicious food, man. Why am I wilding out in Chick-fil-A parking lot for?
Exactly. Man, we got this one. Bloody hell, bruh. Bigoted British B-word sued for firing black nanny up sending her to racist text messages and quote, we don't need your nappy, ugly, stank, N-word A here anymore.
In England?
Mm-hmm.
I heard things about England, you know, that can be a little racy, but man, that is, geez, I mean, I have a lot of British friends here in the area, so, and they're the nicest people I've ever met, but I've heard some parts about England that are like they're a little sketchy. That is just disgusting.
You got that right. We got this too, bro. Florida man arrested trying to steal from Dollar General, gets stuck on Dollar General roof instead.
Stuck on the roof?
Yeah, Dollar General, yeah.
What was he doing on the roof?
Trying to steal.
I mean, I like Dollar General. I'm not going to front. I like dollar stores. So to me, he
drilled a hole in the roof and tried to pull stuff up, but he got stuck on the roof. He tried to pull the old claw move out of the store. Like, what are you doing?
He's been watching too many movies, or like Mission Impossible, or like Ocean's 11 or 12. He's trying to be all stealth and cut a hole through the ceiling and use like wires, and that's just too much for Dollar. Just go in Dollar Store and do it yourself. Dollar Store don't have cameras.
Exactly. Man, oh man. The last story of the day, Bones, is NYPD Sergeant says he didn't get promoted because of his support of Colin Kaepernick.
Really? So, can I ask, because this officer,
he was African American.
Of course. I'd be more shocked if it was a white officer that happened to. But then I would like fist up. But I mean, come on. Of course. Listen, I have plenty of friends on all kinds of forces in the area, small town and New York City. I tell you, those locker rooms are rough. And let me just say, those locker rooms, you would see more red hats in police officers' locker rooms than almost any other locker room in America. Let's leave it at that.
No doubt. Well, Bones, coming time for us to recap this week's report. So what is your take on this week's 2-segment boss report? Also, the stuff you heard today, my good brother.
Well, I was clairvoyant in saying that nothing would top Stone Cold Stunners, and nothing did top Stone Cold Stunners. But when you throw in when you add in things like a naked dude only in his drawers on a scooter, smoked out on the highway, that's Tuesday in Florida. That was pretty good. And Dollar General dude, he watched way too many Ocean 11 20 times to try to pull that off. He really did.
And I will mention the guy who naked around Chick-fil-A sitting there and gave looking at his penis, so he's naked.
Yeah, because you're naked. That's why I do.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yes, dummy. Yes, they are, dummy. There's no reason why.
Exactly. Folks.
Oh my goodness.
This week's Boss and Bone. Say it, folks. This week's Boss Report, folks. Boss and Bone. Next week, people. We are